Adesua was a beautiful young lady, 27 years old, and desperately wanting to get married. Everywhere she turned, she saw reminders of her single status. Her friends were all married with children, and her family constantly pressured her to settle down. She prayed every day, asking God to send her a husband. One day, Adesua attended a friend's party. There, she met Chuka, a handsome and wealthy man. He was charming, and his smile made her heart flutter. Chuka seemed genuinely interested in her, and they exchanged numbers. Adesua felt like she had finally met the man of her dreams. Chuka began to court Adesua in a way she had never experienced before. He took her to the finest restaurants, bought her expensive gifts, and treated her like a queen. Adesua was on cloud 9. She believed her prayers had been answered. However, Chuka had a dark secret. He was a member of a dangerous cult that worshipped the god of money. This cult used the blood of young women to maintain their wealth and power. Chuka's plan was to use Adesua as his next sacrifice. As Chuka spent more time with Adesua, he found himself falling in love with her. Her laughter, kindness, and genuine love touched his heart in a way he had never felt before. Chuka was torn between his love for Adesua and his loyalty to the cult. The day came when Chuka was supposed to take Adesua to the cult for the ritual. He couldn't bring himself to do it. Instead, he took Adesua to a quiet place and confessed everything. He told her about the cult, their evil deeds, and his original plan to sacrifice her. Adesua was shocked and heartbroken. She couldn't believe the man she loved had planned to kill her. But she saw the sincerity in his eyes and knew he was with her. Chuka decided to confront the cult. He told them he could no longer continue with their evil deeds. The cult members were furious. They warned Chuka that defying the god of money would bring terrible consequences. Chuka didn't care. He was ready to face anything for Adesua. Days passed, and Chuka's wealth started to disappear. His business deals failed, and he lost everything. The cult members turned against him, and the god of money demanded retribution. Chuka was given a deadline: present Adesua for the ritual within a few days, or he would run mad. As the deadline approached, Chuka began to experience strange symptoms. He heard voices, had terrifying hallucinations, and couldn't sleep. Adesua was devastated. She took Chuka to various doctors and healers, but nothing worked. Chuka's condition worsened, and he eventually lost his mind completely. For 6 months, Adesua stood by Chuka's side. She took care of him, feeding him, cleaning him, and praying for him. Her love for him never wavered. She believed that one day, he would be healed. One fateful day, Adesua met a man of God who had a reputation for performing miracles. Desperate for help, she took Chuka to see him. The man of God prayed fervently for Chuka, casting out the evil spirits that tormented him. He declared that Chuka would be free from the clutches of the cult and their god of money. Adesua prayed alongside him, her faith unwavering. The process was long and grueling. Chuka writhed and screamed as the man of God commanded the evil spirits to leave him. Adesua held his hand, whispering words of encouragement and love. Finally, after what seemed like hours, Chuka collapsed in exhaustion. The man of God declared him free. Over the next few days, Chuka slowly began to recover. The voices stopped, the hallucinations faded, and he regained his sanity. It was a miracle. Adesua's love and faith had saved him. However, Chuka's troubles were not over. The cult was furious that he had escaped their grasp. They threatened Adesua, vowing to take revenge. But Adesua was not afraid. She knew that with God on their side, they could overcome anything. Adesua and Chuka decided to leave the city and start a new life in a small town far away. They cut all ties with their past and focused on building a future together. Though they had little money, they were rich in love and faith. Chuka found a job as a mechanic, and Adesua started a small business selling clothes. They worked hard and supported each other through every challenge. Their love grew stronger with each passing day. One evening, as they sat together watching the sunset, Chuka took Adesua's hand and looked into her eyes. "Adesua, you saved my life. I don't deserve you, but I promise to spend the rest of my life making you happy. Will you marry me?" Tears filled Adesua's eyes as she nodded. "Yes, Chuka. I will marry you. I love you with all my heart." They got married in a small, simple ceremony, surrounded by their new friends. It was not the grand wedding Adesua had once dreamed of, but it was perfect in every way. She had found a love that was true and pure, forged through trials and strengthened by faith. Years passed, and Adesua and Chuka were blessed with two beautiful children, teaching them the importance of faith, love, and perseverance. Adesua never forgot the dark times they had faced, but she also knew that those times had brought them closer together. Her desperation to get married had led her into danger, but it had also brought her the love of her life. As the years passed, Adesua and Chuka's love continued to flourish. They faced life's challenges together, always supporting one another. Their children, Kayameka and Ifani, grew up in a home filled with love and laughter. Adesua often shared stories with them about her and Chuka's journey, hoping they would learn the values of faith, perseverance, and unconditional love. One day, as the family gathered around the dinner table, Chuka shared a piece of news. "I've been offered a position at a new garage in the city. It's a great opportunity, but it means we might have to move back." Adesua's heart skipped a beat. The city held many memories, both good and bad. One evening, Adesua received a call from an old friend, Amoka, who had been at the party where she first met Chuka. Amoka sounded excited and insisted on meeting up. They arranged to meet at a cafe the next day. As they sat together, Amoka couldn't contain her curiosity. "Adesua, I've heard bits and pieces about what happened to you and Chuka. Is it true that he was part of a cult?" Adesua sighed, her thoughts drifting back to those dark days. "Yes, it's true. But he broke free, and we've built a wonderful life together since then." Amoka leaned in, her eyes wide. "How did you manage to stay strong through all of that?" Adesua smiled softly. "It was love and faith, Amoka. I believed in Chuka, and I believed in us. No matter how difficult." Amoka was moved by Adesua's story. "You both are truly inspirational. I hope to find a love like yours someday." Adesua nodded, feeling grateful for the life she had. "It's not always easy, but it's worth it. Love and faith can overcome any obstacle." As time went on, Adesua and Chuka's bond grew even stronger. They faced each new challenge with courage and determination, knowing that they had each other to rely on. Their children grew up in a loving home, learning the values of strength, resilience, and unwavering love. Years later, Chuka decided to share their story with a wider audience. He wrote a book about their journey, detailing the trials they had faced and the love that had carried them through. The book became a bestseller, touching the hearts of many who read it. Adesua and Chuka traveled around the country, sharing their story and inspiring others. They spoke about the power of love, faith, and the importance of never giving up, no matter how dire the circumstances. Their story became a beacon of hope for many, showing that even in the darkest times, love can light the way.